Okay. Welcome back to us.
Hey guys. What? What'd you say?
What did you
to
say?
Us?
No, I'm so happy to be back. I really missed it.
It's been so long. It's
I
been
know.
a week, but like every time we do it, it seems like now we're doing every other week, which might be more plausible.
Because both of us are getting pretty busy with our lives.
Busy, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. I guess we'll figure it out.
It's
You
a
want
good
to
thing,
discuss
no?
it right now, right here? Like
What?
map out the schedule?
Yeah, like I think we should switch to every other week
Okay.
and let our grand audience know.
Our friend Chani is just off on the side eating
No, she's literally making that food look so good.
Yeah. But I feel like
Tara
it's
chips. I never eat Tara chips. Literally. How does it feel like are you entertained? Okay.
Are you entertained? You know that movie? Gladiator?
Are you entertained?
I
Are you
think it's
entertained? Are you entertained?
Oh, so today, wow. Do you want to be the moderator?
We usually actually like catch up with each other first. So, do you want to tell us a
So
little bit
maybe
about
you
your
should
life?
let us run our podcast. Okay, honey, thank you. My life has been so good, thank God.
Really?
A lot of like learning, a lot of growing, a lot of.
Do you want to share any like
experiences.
wisdom? No details, but just like one thing that
What's
you
if I
learned
want to
from
share
this week.
details though?
I'll share something that I learned from this week, and you share something that you learned from this week.
Something I learned from this week. Feelings are transitory, and
The heck
you
does
can
transitory mean?
Oh, meaning
I just throws these out these words.
they come and they go.
Okay.
And that's the process.
Ebb
And
and
don't
flow.
get lost in them. Like even in the really joyous and happy ones, even though that's so depressing and you want to like feel like this is going to last forever, nothing does. And there's something really pleasant about knowing
so
that.
cynical and so like sad to like not like when
It
you're
isn't.
happy and be like, oh, something bad's about to happen.
No, not that something bad is about to happen, but don't, because for me, it's a very much like clinging to that happiness or that joyous feeling. And when I'm not feeling that, I feel like, oh my God, why am I not feeling? Just yesterday, I was feeling so good. There's like like an abstract piece of wisdom that you have when you're having all of these feelings that they're transitory, they come, they go. So in the bad times, you're also aware that it comes, it goes, and you feel more removed.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
It's helpful for me.
No, I think that makes a lot of sense. Like, don't put too much pressure on your feelings. Oh, I'm happy now. Like, I need to keep on to this feeling forever.
Yeah, I
You're
guess.
gonna feel sad sometimes. You're gonna feel happy sometimes. That makes sense.
What did you learn?
What I learned this week, sometimes you just need a good cry.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
And in the moment, it sucks. But
Yeah.
then, like, you know, I was thinking about this. Like, when
How much times did you cry this past week?
Only once.
What? You made it sound as if you cried like every night and like no, but I get it. A good cry really
because,
helps.
what was I gonna say? Like, you know, when you're about to throw up and
Yeah.
that's so funny. It just came out of the blue. Like when you're about to throw up and in the moment it's like the worst feeling ever. It's probably one of the worst feelings ever. Like literally
I
need to
feel
throw
like
up.
actually throwing up is worse than the feeling before you need to throw up.
No. The feeling before is worse than actually throwing up. That's what I was just gonna say.
Though. Okay.
The feeling before your stomach is whirling, your head is spinning, and you're like, oh my God, I need it. And then once it comes out, it just feels amazing.
What? No, you feel better post vomit. While you're actually vomiting, you feel like you're dying. Your
Right,
entire
that's what I
body's
mean.
constricting,
That's
and
what I mean.
you're like.
No, we're not gonna like make
You know.
stages of throw up right now and like
But
map
it's also
them
it's
out,
like really
you
an
know.
unpleasant experience to throw up. Like your whole body convulses.
But once it comes out,
everything.
Yeah.
Do you know? Have you ever gotten to the point where you're just like farting? Like, has that ever happened to you?
No. What are you talking about?
That you're just like so the throw up's coming from your nose, like
Oh my
you're
God.
like-
And it burns.
everything burns.
Yeah. But like what my point is is that after you throw up, it feels amazing. So like it's kind of similar when you're crying, like the emotions are so strong that you just feel like you need to cry. Because I'm not like a crier, I wouldn't say. But like when I do cry, it's because I'm feeling like a lot of emotions. And then after, it just feels like such a release.
Yeah.
So whatever. So like it's okay to cry and just let yourself cry when you need to.
Yes. Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, that's one thing I learned this week. Do you want to share another thing you learned this week? I'm trying to think of
What else did I learn this week? Yeah, I definitely learned that crying is that actually
you
that's
learned
funny
that this week?
I didn't learn that this
'Cause,
week.
like,
I always knew
You're
that.
just copying me, then like that's a little lame.
But copying is like the best form of flattery.
Yeah, but like I'm asking what you learned this week.
Yeah, well. Yeah, thanks, honey.
We're going into
Exactly.
circles. No, it's fine.
No, you absolutely are.
but you're right,
Honey,
we
do you
are.
want to share something that you learned?
Because no, like you were saying, it really.
No one's gonna be able to hear you. Do you want to come on? All right, we have Chani on. We hooked her up to a microphone, so now she
Hello.
can say her thoughts, and she's very smart. So
Yeah, I'm so excited to hear what
Thanks.
you learned this week.
It's a lot of pressure. No, I wanted to add to what you were saying about emotions. You know, they come and go, and that, don't attach yourself too much to one emotion, because it's fleeting, and sometimes it lasts a little longer, but it's still, there's, well, you both are looking.
I'm listening.
You're saying a
Should we
mimer
not
right
should we
now.
look away?
No, it's okay.
Look down at
It's
our legs
like-
in shame.
I
Not
think,
listening.
I think that the word that came up was like the fear. Like, you don't want to have this fear of like the experiencing the emotion. Like, okay, there's so much joy, I'm afraid that it's going to leave.
Right,
Like,
right.
there's such a pressure, like you said.
Yeah, and then you're not
Rivka.
even enjoying like your happiness.
Right, because you're afraid of when it's going to end, or you're afraid of when the other shoe's going to drop and it's going to fall into
Right.
depression, or
Right.
other emotions. So definitely, I think it's very important what you said, Chaya, about that.
Yeah.
It's, I don't remember the word you specifically used.
Transitory.
Transitory.
Yeah,
Word
that
of the
it's
day.
transitory, which means like we don't have to hold on with such fear
Mm-hmm.
to these emotions, because they will come back.
Okay.
They will go.
That's another thing.
Okay,
That's
cool.
another thing with the experience of knowing that I'm able to more fully embrace even the happier emotions. The negative ones, it tethers them to like that reality of like, okay, I'm feeling like this right now, but it'll come, it'll go. When I'm feeling like super happy and just grateful, I'm also able to just fully immerse myself, because
It might not last.
not that it might not last, it won't last, but it's
Mhm.
here right now. So let me be in the present.
Because it
Right.
could go to
I
the
don't know
other
why.
extreme where people are like, something bad's about to happen.
Yeah.
Let me stress out about it. But like, really, you're saying like, just live in the times where you're happy. Like, just be grateful that like you're having that moment.
Yeah. The
Right.
fear stuff, you're right about it.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Lot
And
of
then
fear.
definitely what you said, Rivka, about the crying, the good cry, like even somatically, like our bodies hold on to so much emotion physically. That's why,
Right.
some people, it's fascinating, like where they'll be able to pinpoint like upper back there's tension there, and that can
Yeah.
be connected to
Isn't that the book, The Body
love.
Keeps the Score?
Um,
Is that what it's about?
it's about, not necessarily.
Okay,
The Body
okay.
Keep the Score is more like trauma, like PTSD, and how it shows up in our lives. But everything is like somatic. So
Right.
when you cry, you're releasing a lot of energy.
Right.
So in the moment, it's like you're really,
Because
like,
you're feeling it. You're
in
going through it. Yeah.
and the tears are really like they're letting go. You're letting go of this tension that was inside of you. And I find when I cry, like stuff come up that I wasn't even crying about in the moment. Like it's just all these feelings from whatever was building.
It's like a mix.
And so,
Because what makes me cry, when I get to the point of crying, like it's not like nothing. I don't cry over nothing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Which it's fine if people are are criers. That's fine. But like if I'm crying, like I'm really having a mix of like so many emotions.
exactly. And even like different scenarios from the past weeks or months can come up too.
Yeah.
Like you're
and
like,
it's hard to pinpoint in the moment, like why am I crying?
yeah. And like sometimes it'll just like you'll cry and almost calm down, and then it will start up again.
Yeah. And then
it's
someone's like, "How was your day?" And you're like, "Ah!"
yeah, exactly. And that's a lot of energy releasing from your body too. So
Yeah.
Have you guys I actually found, I guess I didn't learn it this week, but I found out that it's actually a really hard thing, at least for me, to pinpoint exactly what emotions I'm actually feeling. Because I'll just be like, I feel really sad, or I feel really bad. And those are all just like, I feel like catchphrases for the bevy of emotions that are
Right.
underneath it. Do you feel like you're able to actually
I have a very hard time
pinpoint?
pinpointing.
Yeah, it's
I have a
so
very hard time doing that.
Also, I feel like a lot of us lack the vocabulary to know exactly what
Also,
is
I
it
think
we're
like what we
feeling.
were saying before, like when you're going through it, it's so hard to pinpoint because it could be like so many different things.
Yeah.
I think only after am I able to process what I was feeling.
By the way, another thing I learned this week, processing. That it
Yeah.
takes me a while to process things.
Yeah, like someone asks you a question, you're like, you try to come up with an answer, and then after you're like, shoot, I should have said this because that's really how I feel. But it just takes time to think about what the
Yeah, and then
question-
people are like,
even
you're
what
being
the
dishonest.
question-
You're like, no, I don't know.
Right, like sometimes
I just
like,
don't know.
somebody asks a question and you don't even realize exactly what their question was until after, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
like
process
in
their
this
question
world,
after.
literally everything we're expected to come up with things in a snap, respond to messages in a snap. Like we're not even thinking before we send stuff out because our world
Right.
is so fast paced. We're not even given time to sit and process and be like, okay, let me not just like react and respond. Let me take it in.
Yeah.
and go through it and process it. So
Yeah. Cool.
Damn.
Do you want to get
Yeah,
into
so I mean, I actually just wanted to do a podcast where I picked like random Jewish topics, and I just wanted us to go off
topics
on
or like
each
phrases?
kind of topics / phrases.
Okay.
So not like a full topic that we've been doing. That's
That's the whole episode.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just gonna speed through 10 topics.
It's more like okay, so the first one I picked is gefilte fish.
Okay, that's a topic in and of itself in my family because we do not eat gefilte fish.
Right. I was like gonna ask you
Well,
about the
there's
gefilte
so
fish
much to
in
talk
your-
about gefilte fish.
That's what I'm saying.
knew?
Right?
It's like such a
It can't
trigger.
be like an entire podcast topic. It's
Right.
like talking about gefilte fish, but like we can talk about gefilte fish.
No, really, because like I'm Sephardi, you're Ashkenaz.
Very.
Very
Very
fully,
Ashkenaz. Well,
fully.
not like fully, because I think there's some French in the mix.
in your mix?
In my mix.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
How has that not come
why I
up
like
with Rivka's
you.
whole family being
Wait.
French?
Oh my God. All my family members are going to call me BS on this. I'm pretty sure we have some French. Like,
I mean, your
From my
father's
bubby
Canadian,
side?
but like,
yeah.
oh, from your mother's side?
From my mother's side. Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyways, it doesn't really matter.
I'm very
I'm pretty.
Ashkenazi too.
I'm very
so.
Ashkenazi.
but you're very
yeah.
Ashkenazi, yeah. So
Gefilte fish is a regular at my Shabbos table.
We should explain what So Ashkenaz and Sephardi is just like different types of Jews, like based on like geographical location, like
Yeah.
where they immigrated from.
Their
So-
ancestors immigrated from.
Yeah. So
Our ancestors.
so like my father is Moroccan, my mother Algerian. That's very like northern African. So all our foods are very like from that. So
The cultures
They
are
come
very
from
different. Obviously,
agriculture.
If you're
spicy foods and couscous, like we have a lot of Middle Eastern stuff, and your side is like more
Ukrainians,
Poland,
Russians,
yeah.
very
A
much.
lot of potatoes.
You guys went
meat.
through the Holocaust, like you know.
Yeah, or the cultures are very different. So
Yeah.
it's infused in how we grew
So
up.
do you know
in
where
different-
gefilte fish came from,
I don't know.
Chani?
Um,
do a search
I
up.
know it's a mixture.
Of
It's
different
like the
fishes.
hot dogs of fish,
Right. It's not like
Yeah.
an actual fish.
but I could look it up.
Yeah,
If you want, you
it's
don't have to.
it's basically this white slice of mush. It looks like a mush of
Who
white.
decided to add the carrot on top? That's what I want to know.
I don't
It's
know,
for design,
but it's integral.
It's
Yeah,
aesthetic.
it's so pretty. But it's so funny.
Do you like
actually
gefilte fish?
I do not like
Okay,
gefilte
good.
fish. Good, you
Can we
said?
just agree that like Sephardi food is better than Ashkenazi food?
No.
Are
We
you serious?
Can't agree on that. Yeah. We
Oh, it is?
cannot. No,
Oh,
we
we
can't.
cannot?
We can't.
Are you
The teach-
serious? You're telling me
Yeah.
that gefilte fish and herring and freaking what other Ashkenazi food you guys have? Like
Challah.
challen's good.
Challah
pretty
is
good.
like, okay, but wait, let's stick on the
It
gefilte fish thing.
depends.
It depends on who's making the
Some-
challah.
Yes.
Right.
Some people put the most unheard of
Oh my
ingredients
God.
in challah.
broccoli. Like
No, like
one
hot
has.
dogs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why hot
Oh,
dog sounds
we put
good.
Hot dogs and challah. I think that's really weird.
The best challah I've ever had was in Alpharetta, Georgia.
No.
Minkowitz.
David Malka's challah
Okay,
is
okay.
superior.
Oh,
Have you ever had it?
Kugel is
Yes.
Ashkenazi. That's pretty good, honestly.
Kugel.
Kugel's good.
I think like our rugelach, stuff like that, like the
Rugelach
pastries.
is Ashkenazi.
Lakshan Kugel.
I think so.
All right, I'll give
I
it to you.
don't know,
Kugel's good.
Actually.
But like on a general
Potato
Shabbos
kugel?
table, like
You
The
will
Sephardi food.
actually die for my mother's potato kugel. It's
it's very
so
good. No, it's
Oh my
really good.
gosh.
We don't
no,
have kugel.
Chani, she like elevated the recipe.
Is it though? Is it like grated like those long grated, or is it blended? You know, there's
No,
two
not
different
blended.
types.
Oh, like the
Like where-
knish, the potato knish type of
No.
kugel.
I don't know if that's what it's called, but like
Wait,
you
bring
know,
the mic
there's-
closer. to
Yours
your mouth.
is your mother's is so soft. It's like
yeah.
you like just like
It like
melts
melts
in
in
your
your mouth
mouth.
and it's very crispy on the outside.
I love
Yeah,
the crispy.
yeah,
Oh,
yes,
the
it's
crunch.
very good.
Yeah, it's
Like almost a
crunchy.
latke, but like a big.
exactly.
cake of latke.
Exactly.
Connie, do you like gefilte fish?
I do.
Okay.
Okay.
I actually really
It's
like
sweet.
gefilte
It's like
fish.
sweet.
And it's the
interesting.
funniest thing because we'll have like so many different people try. We'll have people from like Guatemala try it in our Chabad house. We'll have people from Cuba,
So
and I
interesting.
found if that people are like so shocked that it's like a sweet
yeah,
Fish.
because fish is
taste
usually like salty. It's
that
not,
like they can't handle it.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
I feel
you're
like
not
if
expecting it.
yeah, and they're like I can't even like fathom this being a fish, and it's like it's not no.
Yeah.
If you haven't like
it is
grown
a
up
little
with it, I
bit.
find people.
And are
don't
you
like
fully
it.
Ashkenaz?
I think so. Like
Okay.
I know my father's mother was born in Israel, but I'm not sure where her parents, they like moved there.
Right.
But most like my great grandparents are Polish.
Right.
So very
Chani's
Ashkenaz.
Gej. Which is another term we should explain.
Yeah.
Basically, so that's the gefilte fish story. But basically in Chabad, in our
but
sect,
we should also say what people eat on top of their gefilte fish.
herring. What is herring?
No.
What?
On top of their gefilte fish.
Oh, carrot?
Charain.
That makes it so good. You
Wait,
pair it with
I will
crane, it's
actually-
What's the
over.
difference
Yeah.
between crane and herring?
Okay, so herring
and
is
herring.
another
Oh,
type
I don't
of
know.
like
Oh,
a
yeah, you
pickled
don't eat
fish.
this.
Oh, so
Crane is like that
don't
beet
people
and
eat
horseradish.
gefilte fish with herring?
No,
Herring is
Herring is-
fish.
Oh.
Herring
I
is
thought
salted
different fish.
Okay, and then
fish.
crane is like
In-
cabbage, right?
No, it's
Horseradish
horseradish and
and
beets.
horseradish.
And
okay.
it's also usually sweet, but sometimes it's really spicy and hot as well.
Your father
so.
loves that stuff, no?
He loves gefilte fish and crane.
Right.
Yeah, because my father was
So
also
random
a
that I
massive
know that, but
sweet tooth. So he loves like really a lot of Ashkenazi food, which is pretty sweet. Like he loves
yeah,
borscht.
like the difference between the
I don't-
dips on Shabbos between
No,
Ashkenaz and Sephardi is that like Sephardi food is like savory and spicy, and like, but you'll have the same dip. Like you'll have like baba ganoush, which is like eggplant with mayonnaise, and like the Sephardi one will be like garlicky and like savory, and the Ashkenaz one will be sweet. So you're eating freaking eggplants like they're sweet.
We're definitely
It's
known
not
to
good.
be more bland, right? Ashkenazim are known
I think,
to
I think in general Middle Eastern food is more
season-
flavorful.
season things more
Yeah.
blandly, right? Like even the cholent, right? A lot of Ashkenazi cholents, the main flavor is the meat.
Yeah,
And,
meanwhile,
like,
my mother's putting in
you know-
her like cholent. It's a Sephardi cholent, but she'll put like paprika, cumin,
Yeah,
like all these spices.
my
feel
husband
like
puts
cumin really
jalapeno, garlic bulbs, like he really spices it up.
yeah,
garlic bulbs.
So he's like,
I like you said that.
I said it like that, garlic bulbs. but like,
But, like,
you know,
an
my
entire
mother,
bowl.
it's just like salt, pepper, and like the meat is the
right.
you know,
right.
and then kishka.
Cholent is
Don't get
good,
me
though.
started on kishka.
Kishka is so good. That's
Kishka
one thing that I
is
was
nah.
so good.
so good. That tastes like a dough.
Yeah, it tastes like
So
a
unhealthy.
like a dessert in the
What
cholent.
is
Yeah.
Like a
kishka made out
proper
of?
place
It's like
dessert.
flour and
Intestines.
sugar.
No.
Kishka is like
That's
Yeah.
no, that's no.
Yes.
No, but that's I feel like that's the old timey kishka.
I think now they
don't
make
think
kishka
that's
out of,
the
like,
way-
flour
That's the way the
and-
kishka is made now.
But I thought kishka was intestines.
No.
Her entire reality.
It's
is
not. It's
coming
like
crashing
a
down.
dough, like what you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Kishka refers to various types of sausage or stuffed intestines with a filling made from a combination of meat and meal, often grain or potato.
No, Chani, you're right in the term of what an actual kishka is, but
Oh,
when
that's
people
not
buy
what we-
kishka, you're not getting
Oh.
intestines. You're getting like a dough type of.
Reality check. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
actually good. Like it tastes like you're tasting like challah,
It's really good.
kind of.
Challah.
Oh.
I don't say I
Challah.
don't say challah. But like,
Challah is like, I think, Judaism's most like,
famous dish.
not even famous, but it's like the gift. It's like our gift to every person in this world.
Yeah, like,
It's
like the Italians have the
so-
pizza,
Yeah.
and we have the challah.
Yeah.
And
We're not-
matzo ball soup. Challah and
Yeah,
matzo
people
matzo ball
love
soup.
chicken.
Like if
matzo
you
ball.
ask like what you know like a
Luxury.
kosher style deli whatever chicken
Matzo
noodle
ball
like
soup.
matzo ball soup yeah
Pastrami and rye.
Matzo ball soup is
Challah
good.
is so a fresh slice of challah. There really is. Is there something better?
Hot.
A hot slice fresh of challah, fresh piece of challah,
You said hot.
but you know
I said
what
hot.
it's
Oh,
really
okay.
a craft
steaming,
steaming.
steaming hot.
Sourdough or challah?
No, not sourdough. Challah.
I'm asking you what you would prefer.
But I'm saying challah.
I'm
not
you
asking
can't
sourdough.
you if
compare
you would-
them
No, but if you
Bre-
could choose
sourdough bread
Sourdough
is
is
its
not-
own like
sourdough is
genre
not-
guys,
Jewish.
it's not like I'm just asking you a question. It's not
oh
so
which you would
intense.
prefer
is intense.
If you can have like a hot, fresh out of the oven slice of sourdough or slice of challah, which one would you choose?
It
Like on a
depends.
Friday night, you're saying?
Yeah, I would
Challah.
choose sourdough.
I would choose challah if I wasn't
No?
like worried
Yeah.
about like the calories and things like that. You know.
But challah
Which is
baking is
sourdough.
a craft. Like it really is. If has either of you tried to bake
I make
challah?
challah. Yeah,
Is your challah
Not
good?
easy.
it could flop.
It really could. And it's
So you're imposing that it's basically really good, but you could flop
it
sometimes.
could. It could. It's a possibility that it will flop. But
Yes.
it usually doesn't.
make
But
good
yes,
challah.
I've had it before where like it just doesn't rise.
right. And
And
I
proof
think
the use of
everybody
it.
has like a preference. Like some people like the outside to be crispy and the inside to be fluffy. Some people like it more dense.
Totally.
And, like, So
I like it dense.
What do
yeah,
you like?
me too.
Dense?
I like dense, and my husband loves airy challah, and I just can't get it right.
Yeah,
My challah
airy
is so
is-
dense.
Yeah, I like dense. I like
So
smushing
like
the middle.
it's such a craft. Every single time I try to make it,
Just,
I'm like
torturing the middle of the challah.
That's gross. Come on,
Like, I'm
guys.
like a little kid
Like
at
it's
the table.
fufu.
Like, oh my god! I saw this Instagram recently of like this people are like Friday nights like Shabbos meal. Like the two youngest kids are just like poo poo papa, and they're like dying of laughter, and the father's trying to make kiddish. Like that's literally me and my sister like Friday growing up. Like we're like dying of laughter. My father's trying to make kiddish,
And it's
He's
like not even funny.
Yeah, like it's literally no one else finds it funny.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
Yeah,
in
the
a
best
way,
laughs.
in a way. Because I'm
Yes.
like majority of the time I'm like the other person being shut.
Yeah, because you have
up.
younger siblings. Like me and my sister were like one of the youngest, so we were like the annoying kids. You know.
So much fun though.
Oh, it's the best to be the
Dude,
youngest.
if you guys really want to try some of the best challah ever, my sister-in-law Rivka really makes
Yeah, hit her up.
really,
I'll
it's
ask her.
incredible.
She sells it.
She does not.
Oh,
So like,
So
what are
you
you
don't-
offering here?
I'm just
no
just
value
call-
in that sentence.
I'm just telling you. I could send you her number. You may reach out to her if you'd like.
What the heck? Is that?
No, you guys can come over.
She makes it for your in your house.
She makes it. She said like she can send over a
Now I'm
challah.
not coming to your house unless like she sends a thing of challah.
Oh, okay, I'll ask her for one. She
No,
really
but your
makes the
mom's
best
challah is also so good.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Now I have to like go through all the women in my family and say, Bobby, your challah is really good too.
but I
Rifki.
feel like everyone feels
oh my
their
god,
mother.
Dossie made the best challah. Though.
Dossie made some just good food.
Oh my god, it was the best Friday night's meal. Like
She
such
made really good
food.
stuff.
Yeah,
Really
I
good
also
stuff.
feel like everyone loves their mother's challah.
yeah, it's true.
Like, and no one can recreate. Like, I've tried to recreate my mom's recipe. It's not the same.
yeah, because
Like,
it's literally just
hers
like
is
your childhood. Like,
Yeah.
it's their hands, it's their
Yeah.
love. It's like
for sure.
their
exactly.
home.
It's amazing.
Friday nights like are just the best.
There's something really there's a feeling about a Friday night like Shabbos
Yeah.
that I can't explain. And I feel like you guys all feel it and you know what I'm talking about.
Right, but like people who don't experience it like just
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
understand.
If
Yeah.
you have experienced it, you know it's like an unspoken like energy that's there.
It
you're just
really
like
feels
everyone's just
something.
disconnected and with
Yeah.
each other.
Exactly.
Disconnected from the
From-
outside
From
world
the
and
outside,
connected to everybody there.
because when we're connected to the outside world, like technically you're connected to your phone, but like you're disconnected from the people around you.
And a lot of times that's a tangent, but the connections on the phone are very false ideas of
Yeah.
what connection is. And you think like, even if I like see people's Instagram stories every day and I think like I'm up to date with their life, and then I'll
Right.
realize like I haven't spoken to them in 6 months.
Yeah, someone
Like-
could post a picture and like they're going through the shittiest day, but they post a picture of like themselves smiling at the thing. Like it's literally
Yeah,
no
that
connection.
too. Like, yeah.
Although, in a weird way, I don't know how to square the circle because my TikTok page has made me feel like 90% of the time better and less alone, and that people around me are going through a lot of the same things that I am, which is so antithetical to what you hear a lot of like the scholars saying about what social
Right.
media does. And I just feel like, at least on TikTok, I don't know about Instagram, it's turned into this place where people are they victimizing themselves? Are they overextending on their mental health issues? Maybe. But like, it's become this place where a lot of people go to like actually say what they're feeling. And it just makes me feel less alone.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
Right.
I'm just saying. Thank God we have a day where like you're just spending times with your loved ones.
Totally. But I'm saying, is that an experience you have with social media now? Like, was it just a
not
completely different
really. I don't
tangent?
have TikTok. I have Instagram. Not really. I just use it as a distraction. I'm like just scrolling.
Yeah, and
it's
I-
funny. I have funny stuff on. It makes me laugh, but like it never makes me feel like I've accomplished something. But I think everyone can have different experiences. You
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
Like I've seen, like I don't post on TikTok, so that, or Instagram really, so that experience of connecting, putting myself, like the connection from me to the other, I don't really feel that. But I followed TikTok creators who have shared their journey of like feeling so alone in the world and then finding their community on TikTok and building a life for themselves. So I do see what you're saying.
But
of,
like,
there
doesn't
is that
compare
sense of
to, like,
community.
a relationship. Like if it's gonna be like a way where like it's gonna stop you from making real relationships, then I would say that's a bad thing in the long term.
For sure.
It doesn't compare to like a relationship that you have with your family or close friends that you can see in person and who truly like understand you. You know.
I don't know necessarily if it compares, and I'm not trying to make a comparison.
But it could
I'm
stop
trying
you
to-
from
I think
like,
I'm
making
just
real relationships. If you feel like, oh, all is good, and then like when you're going through something really hard, you can't just turn to TikTok.
No, I'm trying to say that, let's say I came across a TikTok where a girl basically said, she used the sound cleverly, but she was saying, so who do you talk to when you feel alone? And then she the music stops and basically insinuating that she doesn't have anyone to talk to when she's alone.
Right.
And so that experience that she was having, it's obviously really tough for her. Right. And she felt like, okay, let me make a TikTok about it to at least connect to people who might feel that same way with her about this as well. And I'm saying, even watching that TikTok and experiencing, let's say, if I had some sort of insecurity about maybe I don't have enough people in my life to talk to, it just made me feel better about maybe I actually really do have people I could turn to, or that at least other people experience that they feel like they don't have people to turn to. It just basically reaffirms that people suffer and I'm not suffering alone. I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's not productive.
No, that's one thing that you get from it. And sure, but let's say that girl, instead of her actually trying to solve that problem, because that's a real problem. You need people to talk to. Relationships.
I don't think she doesn't think that it's not a problem.
But
it's a way of coping. It's a way of figuring out how do I deal with this problem? Okay. It's almost like a therapy in a way. And then, by attrition, she actually finds people who can connect with her, maybe online, and maybe someone's like, hey, I live 1 mile radius away. Let's meet up. There you go. Problem solved.
That sounds so creepy.
Well, the secular world is creepy sometimes.
It sounds creepy, but a lot of people nowadays more and more are meeting, people through online and gaining friends through online platforms. The reach that social media has doesn't compare to anything else that we've seen in our lives. So you can look at it both ways, right? But I do think that it shouldn't take away from valuing your in-person relationships too. And I think it can. That's my point of it. I can go down, a rabbit hole of TikTok and find a lot of videos, funny, sad, beautiful, that I relate to. And I'm like, I thought that I was the only one experiencing this. And I literally look through the comments. I love, my favorite thing is
comments
the comment
are the best.
section.
We discussed this
before. People are solid.
I go directly to the comment section.
I wish they not block the video somehow. It seems like such a stupid.
Why?
But at least the video plays.
No, but I get so annoyed when the video keeps on replaying. I always turn off the sound.
You're reading it.
I'm trying to focus on this comment.
I know.
Wait, it doesn't automatically pause?
No, on Facebook it does.
Who has Facebook?
Me.
Who is on Facebook?
I want you to know that Facebook videos are amazing.
No.
There's so much knowledge there. There's so much.
No judgment.
It's very different. They're longer videos, and there's a lot of different things, different categories.
We should get on Facebook, honestly.
They're amazing, and Facebook groups
post our Instagram
are insane. Those were the original, Facebook was there before TikTok, and
Instagram does it better.
So it's not the same. They're not giving you the same content. I guess they have the Reels section where you can look through Reels on Facebook, which you're looking at the same ones from TikTok and Instagram.
Right,
and
it's all the same.
YouTube Reels, whatever. But the videos on Facebook are incredible. I watched this series.
I don't think I've ever seen a video made specifically for Facebook.
No, we should go to the next thing, so we're not too stuck. But
I watched this series. That's I'm not gonna say it in too many words because I don't know if it's allowed on here, but where this guy goes. It's called Soft White Underbelly, and this guy goes to South Central LA, and he interviews the homeless people there, and he interviews these people who have the most interesting relationship dynamics, and he asks them questions, and it's incredible to see how people are living such different lives than we are.
You think that your life is everything, and people.
And and then this video series he does is amazing because he's just sitting and having a conversation with these people. He interviewed a mother and a daughter one time. Some of them get really intense, so viewer discretion advised. Right. But he interviewed a mother and daughter who lived on Skid Row, which is an area.
I've seen them on TikTok.
Yeah, so I don't know. He posts them on Facebook, and they're full videos. TikTok is only how long?
Yeah, so he breaks them up in parts.
So this you see, the full thing, and he's interviewing this mother and daughter about their life, and they're living full life. They're explaining they have their tents and they have their phones and they watch YouTube. The girl watches YouTube, and they have neighbors. and the neighbors, they sometimes share with each other, and there's sometimes neighbors.
He does a lot of drug addicts as well, I think.
Yes, and like very
prostitutes.
interesting like relationships too, like
The
polyamorous relationships, and like different, like some are hard watches, but like he asked this girl, it was very interesting, it stuck with me, like this other girl, like, would you want to move? You know, if you got a house right now with your mom, would you want to leave? And she said no. Like, this is where I live, this is my home, these are my friends.
But that's like back to the discussion of like, do you know like you're in prison?
Right. But I'm just saying how.
Do you want to plug it in?
Should I charge the battery?
What I think is interesting, I'll just finish this and then we can go to the next. I think like it's interesting coming from the outside, like, oh my gosh, don't you